Hello guys. Today we're live from Rosehill Cemetery in Chicago. And this is a pretty well-known monument here. This is Lulu Fellows. We'll walk around here just a little bit. Let a few people sign on. And today's a special occasion because the wife Tiffany is with me. Today I'm trying a different stabilizer for any of you that were on last night and saw the train wreck with that one. I think I got it figured out. We are on the hunt for wildlife now. There's a couple deer in here. Sometimes foxes, sometimes coyotes. And if you hear loud noises, they're practicing for the Chicago Air Show today. So there's some fighter jets that go by every once in a while. We'll see how close the deer let us get. They see us. Yeah, we see you. Hello to those of you joining. Hello, Richard. Yeah, they're interested. Not very shy. Well, we're just out for a little Thursday walk. So I thought I'd go live, and this stabilizer seems to work a lot better. Pretty happy with this one. So we'll just walk around here for a few minutes. Now, it's a pretty historic cemetery. A lot of interesting names here. If you haven't seen, I did do pretty much a full cemetery tour on this place. It was the first one I did about 2 years ago. So if you haven't seen that yet, check it out. I'll show you a couple things here though. This looks a lot smoother than it did yesterday. Now, it's not too busy in here today, but there are some relatively creepy people walking around here today. We saw somebody dressed in all black walking around with an umbrella, but she refuses to let anybody see her face. Here we go. Probably can't see that, but those are the fighter jets going overhead. Zoom back out here. A lot of really nice monuments here. Yeah, it's not too bad now. This is a nice time of year. It's starting to get a little bit cooler. It's in the 70s today. Not bad for the end of summer. Now there's a little pond over here that's kind of at the center of all this. The mausoleum we tried to get into just a little bit ago, and it's open. The lower level is a whole different type of creepy, but they had it blocked off today for some kind of construction, so we couldn't go down there, which makes me a little bit sad because that would have been a neat thing to show you guys. But I will come back again. There's a turtle that was just out here, but it escaped. Now there's a lot of known people here. There was a victim of the St. Valentine's Massacre buried here. We just saw Oscar Mayer a little bit ago. Somebody left a weenie whistle on his grave. But I had never seen this one before. This is the walkway of a doctor that was buried here not too awful long ago. A really nice location. Well, we thought this was pretty cool. I'll have to show you this again too. Here's the Jets. Yeah, they're preparing for the Chicago Air Show. But back to this, that I am of the opinion that my life belongs to the whole community, and as long as I live, it is my privilege to do for it whatever I can. Life is no brief candle for me. It is a sort of splendid torch which I have gotten to hold for the moment, and I want to make it burn as brightly as possible before handing it on to future generations. Just thought that was kind of beautiful. Yeah, right along the pond here. It's a pretty neat location. Quiet. And his neighbor, I'll take you over and see. It might not be a household name, but he was a former vice president of the United States. So not in bad company. This is the mausoleum of Charles Dawes. Kind of an earlier vice president. Early 1900s. Now for those of you guys watching and those that'll watch later, you guys know that I usually come to these places by myself. Today I have my wife with. Say hi.
Hi.
She's a little nervous. But she tolerates my goofiness.
I want to see ghosts.
She said she wants to see ghosts. Now, there are a lot of haunted legends and lores here. Like I said, we did try to go in the mausoleum. It is closed for some renovations. But the Lulu Fellows was kind of an interesting thing. That's where I opened it up. And we parked over there, so we'll walk back over there again. But she was 16 when she died, and I believe she died of typhoid fever, which was a pretty popular, well, not popular, but a pretty common way to die back then. But at 16 years old, she was nationally known. I believe she publicly read poetry to a lot of really well-off people. but there is a glass case over her gravestone, and there are a lot of legends about, I believe the gravestone actually, people have claimed that it disappears from time to time, and that the glass fogs up based on certain conditions. That is over there. But there's a ton of things in this cemetery, way too much to show in just one short live. But I mentioned earlier, and for anybody that signed on late, I did do a cemetery tour on this location about 2 years ago. It was the first one I ever did. So if you haven't checked that out yet, check it out. There's some interesting people here. There go the fighter jets again. And Tiffany wanted me to mention that there is a volunteer firefighter memorial here. And I know I've mentioned to you guys before, she is a firefighter and an EMT and in the medical field. And she does all the heroic things that she will not take credit for. It might be a little more of a hike. Are those the same ones? The deer are still roaming around here. Now after this, we're going to Graceland Cemetery, which is where there's a lot of haunted lore there too. It's also where Ernie Banks is buried and quite a few other people. But I just wanted to give a short taste of what this was all about here. Take you guys by the Lulu Fellows one more time. It looks like I got the stabilizer thing fixed up and ready to go, so hopefully the video quality of this is okay. And if there's any issues with audio, let me know. I'm kind of new to the live streaming thing, but this will get better. But here's one more look at this. One of the more notorious locations here at Rosehill. If you were ever curious about this, just Google the story of Lulu Fellows. It's kind of a fascinating story, but to save you some of the time here, Tiffany said tell you guys that she's a millionaire. She really wasn't, but a lot of people like to put money, and there's a guitar pick in here, and there's a pretzel in here, and people put a little bit of everything in here, it looks like. There's a frog. Somebody put Monopoly money in there. So, you know, it's a really high visited spot here. And there is a little hole in here where people are slipping things in there, but yeah. But that's pretty much all I have for right now, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this little mini peek at Rosehill. And we may come back on to say hello from Graceland Cemetery. But if you haven't already checked out the Rosehill video, check it out. I will do another one on some of the locations that I missed. So there is the one more run over here. So stay tuned, guys, and thanks for joining in. Have a good day.